All right. What's going on, guys? You should be able to see us now. Okay.
What is up, guys? Good to see you. We are live here from Hollywood. You can see it in the background a little bit. We have our familiar Scientology building right in the background there on a great day in Hollywood. And it's Friday for us, and we're excited to bring you this awesome webinar where we are going to be going through how to get the most out of your reviews, all the strategies, tactics, and we're also going to be covering, obviously, a brand new tool, Unleashed, of how to really help you guys get reviews. So we're going to go through that. We're going to do this in like 20 minutes. We're going to go through a few of those key points, and then we're going to open it up for questions so that you guys can get in there, ask all your questions, and we can help you. So I'm excited to bring this to you guys, and then maybe afterwards we'll go catch a beer because it's Friday. So why not?
Awesome. Let's do it.
All right, guys, let us know if you can hear us all clear. I know you could hear Darren, but if you can't hear me, let us know. And if you can't understand the accent, well, that's just how it's going to be. But I know it's getting to a mess now where it's a combination of South African and American, so it's a little bit weird. But guys, this is what we're going to cover for today. If you can see it on the slide right here, we're going to talk about the strategies and tactics of how to get the most out of your reviews and get the most reviews for your business, as well as unleashing a brand new tool. We're going to start off by talking about connecting with customers and the basics of why it's really, really important to do that. Then we're going to jump into the latest and greatest on Amazon's TOS. Darren's going to take you through that. Then we'll cover current strategies, tactics, and tools that are available. And then we're going to jump out into the brand new tool that we're going to unleash today that's really going to help you guys. We've been working on this solidly for a little while now, and we're using it already. We get a sneak peek. So I've been using it on my business already, and I'm seeing some great returns. So you guys are going to love it. And then open up to ask any questions. So we'll probably run through this in 20 minutes. We want to keep it short, quick, to the point, and then open up for you guys to ask questions. So let's jump in. Let's look at the first one over here.
Awesome. Let's do it.
All right, guys, I want to cover this point on connecting with customers and why it is important, because a lot of you and a lot of us in the Amazon seller space, we always focus on the review. How do you get the review? But I really want to stress that it's not about getting the review. There's a bunch of other reasons why connecting with customers are important. And I'm just going to run through this at a high level. But the first one there is one of my favorites, which is to make customers aware. And that sounds pretty simple, but Amazon are notorious for making it incredibly difficult for customers to know how to contact sellers. So usually what happens is a customer will get a product. There might be something they don't like, or it doesn't meet their expectations, and they don't actually know how to connect with their sellers, and they just return the item and leave a bad review. So if you can open up that channel so they actually know, hey, this is a seller on the other side, I know how to connect with you, whether, for whatever reason, at least that communication channel is open. So that's a really important point. The second one is to get ahead of issues. I had this problem with my business where there was a problem with the product, and I needed to tell customers, hey, if there is this problem, let me know so I can rectify it. And if I didn't have that point of communication or that channel, it would have closed my business. So that's a massively important one. And then obviously for the normal things, like, so have that channel to get feedback, to give them more information, to answer questions, and then importantly to build a relationship. So over time, you want to build a relationship and build your audience, because that incremental growth you're getting around your audience list and your brand ambassadors is massive for your business, especially when you start to launch your second and third products. Having that evangelist group of customers is really important to help you launch your other products. And then the final one is get reviews. So I put that as last because yes, we absolutely want to get that review, but you have to do all those things up front to make sure that you can really deliver and get those positive reviews. Obviously, your product is an important piece of that as well. So high level, guys, I want to make sure we're not just looking at the tactics, but we're understanding the business reasons why we are doing these things for our business.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And if you do every single one of the points before finally get reviews, you're going to probably have a higher chance of getting the reviews anyway.
Yeah.
So. Okay, cool. So this is a subject that kind of leaves a lot of people scratching their heads. Amazon's terms of service and the state of the nation with those terms right now. Now, as you guys, I'm sure you know, they change the rules, they change their terms all the time. And so it's really important that you stay on top of those and you understand how they're going to impact your business. So right now, the bottom line is Amazon wants happy customers. They want people to return. They want people to buy more on their platform. So they're going to foster the rules that they're going to enforce on sellers to make that experience happen. So what they don't want is they don't want spamming. They don't want pestering of customers. They don't want customers to receive emails that are redundant. They also want you to provide clear and concise communication. They don't want you to write novels and distract customers from the actual experience of buying and receiving the item and then enjoying the item. So what we like to tell people right now is less is more. Single email campaign, not getting too much in the weeds with steering customers towards leaving positive feedback, like you said in the last slide. And then everything else that you can provide that's going to provide the customer with a clear line of communication to you. And then any little personal touch that you can put on that kind of smaller email is going to go a long way.
Yeah, guys. I mean, who really hates Amazon's terms of service? Which you kind of end up scratching your head a bunch of times, and the reason is that a lot of sellers on Amazon are actually trying to black hat, and they're trying to steer reviews, and they're trying to pester customers. And most of us who are the private label sellers, we follow the rules, and we try and genuinely create that relationship with our customers. And so we scratch our heads sometimes why they have these rules in place, but it's really for the majority, a lot of the sellers on there that are trying to game the system and trying to control them. So that's the main reason for those. But if you keep that high level picture in mind of Amazon wants happy customers, they want honest communication with them, they want less is more. If you can just keep top of mind, you're generally going to be in the right direction, and you're going to be within terms of service. So think of the high level goal of what Amazon is trying to achieve, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. While we go through the presentation, I'm just going to start another poll. How does Amazon's current terms of service make you feel? So I'm just going to publish this in the chat, and feel free to
hit that chat. I know which one I'm going for.
Yeah.
It's not the top one.
Cool. So again, I just want to reiterate this point. Amazon's terms of service change, and it's your responsibility as a seller to understand the platform that you sell on is not a place where you create the rules. You have to follow the rules that Amazon is putting forth, not just for you, but all of the sellers that you compete against as well. So this is an interesting point here. I'm sure some of you who have really your ear to the ground as far as terms of service understand this. But back in January, they kind of cracked down a little bit on sellers and got a little bit more specific than they usually do with what you can and cannot put inside of your email communication with your customers. And now today, looking at the same page, the page is different. The rules are different, and it's a little bit more up in the air. So I think if you just follow the points that we already talked about in the last two slides of clear and concise communication, providing a line of communication to you, and then again, just those little personal touches, you're going to go a long way. And then this all kind of plays into our email automator email communication. We're going to get into it in a second, how you can still request for reviews the right way.
I'll tell you, when through our verified partnership with Amazon, I'm up in Seattle every now and then, and last year I was there, and we specifically talked about reviews. And it's funny to get the insight from Amazon, because they're a big corporation, and they have big guys at the top who might all of a sudden make this a focus, and everyone scrambles, and they get very specific on things. And then a month later, that's not their focus anymore, and the rules relax a little bit. So, just be aware and keep on top of it. We'll post the link to the actual latest terms of service. So save that link and keep it there, so you can always be up to speed on what the latest are. But obviously, as we know, we'll let you guys know as well.
Sweet.
All right, so here's some of the touch points based on those terms of service. We want to give you the high level Amazon's view on these touch points, what they think you should be doing, and then some of the strategies and tactics you can use to connect with your customers at each one of these. So the first one is obviously Amazon is your packaging, right? This is a focus for us as private label sellers. We want to make beautiful packaging that have our brand on it, that connect with our customers. And it's interesting, but Amazon's point of view here is on your packaging, you need to provide an opportunity for customers to be able to contact you. And this is a really important point that not many sellers are aware of. And what's actually happening nowadays, it just happened to me recently. I launched a brand new product, and Amazon came back and said, hey, can you take a photo of each part of your packaging? We want to verify your product, verify where it's coming from. And I took my photos, submitted it, and I was actually turned down, first of all. And I scratched my head and I was like, why are they doing this? And through a lot of the connections I had, I actually figured out that I didn't have a way for my customers to contact me, and therefore Amazon wasn't verifying it to actually be sellable on Amazon. So they basically want you to have a contact area on your packaging, so that if there's a real problem or if a customer wants to sue you, they can literally contact your business. So that's really important. It needs to be on there, but don't include your URL. It's funny, but they want a contact or a physical mailing address, but not a URL. And that's a little bit gray, but the basic terms of services don't have that URL on there. So that's the outside of the packaging. Inside, that again is an area where they say don't have product inserts, don't have ways to contact your business. But most of us as sellers do that. So that's something you have to weigh up for yourself. But if you do have an insert and you have there's various strategies you can include on that to get people to connect with you. So it's QR codes that go to many chat flows, or QR codes that go to your website. You have customer support, you have value add, downloadable PDFs, all that stuff to really start to create that relationship. And if you decide to put stuff on your insert, you can use that very, very strategically to start to build your audience. And again, that's inside your box, not on the outside, but that one is up to you.
Yeah, and I think that this is a good opportunity just to share an example of a product. This is one that we actually purchased for a video series that's coming up. And it's basically a little herb starter kit for people that want to grow. I think it's cilantro,
Herbs
basil,
and the
thyme.
verbs.
Yeah, exactly. But, this is a seller. You can't quite see it. Maybe if I bring it a little bit closer. They include all of the things that John just talked about on the outside of their packaging. So a URL to their website, contact information, social media links, and so on and so forth. This is a seller that does their packaging really well. It's really beautiful. And then in addition, on the inside, again, maybe breaking the rules, but this is one of the top sellers in the category, and they're doing this just fine. They have an insert with warranty information and links to their website. So again, this is somebody that's doing 6 figures a month, and it seems to be working out for them fine. We're not telling you, how you should conduct your business and the risks that you should take. It is ultimately up to what you're comfortable with.
Yeah, and again, Amazon wants something to fall back on and say, hey, that's against terms of service if they decide to not go after you. But what we see is they mostly turn a blind eye to inserts. So use that for your own decision there.
Cool. I got to plug this real quick. If you want to see a deep dive into this product, stay tuned in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be a great unboxing video. So follow us on
sneak peek
YouTube.
You got a sneak peek. Yeah.
All right, cool. So we've kind of already gone over this, so I'm going to go over it quickly. But Amazon's view on communication touch points, again, it's focusing on specifically with email automator as the tool in mind, focus on delivery and quality of the product, and then one email, no external links. And right now, we're probably encouraging people not to include images as well, or logos, just because we have seen bots that detect it, and then you don't face a suspension of your Amazon seller account, but Amazon has come down on some sellers that typically are sending 3, 4, 5 emails in their campaign, have images, and they'll temporarily suspend the privilege of communicating with the customers on their platform for 2 weeks or 30 days. So yeah, again, just one email, keep it simple. Less is more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this exact email that we have in our email automator, I use for my business, and I haven't been banned. It works really well for me. But again, I'm following that simple approach of focusing on product quality and delivery. Hey, it's John. Hopefully you got my product. I want to make sure it meets your expectations. If you have any issues, reply back to this email, and we'll be happy to get in contact with you. And if you'd like to do a review, here's a link. So we include a review link in that email, and that works perfectly for me. And the most important thing about email automator, which is the most value there, is it opens up that communication channel so that the customer is aware of you. Remember, I talked about making customers aware. This is the perfect channel to do that. Open that communication. They're now aware that there is a seller who genuinely cares at the end. And if they have any issues, they can contact you. If they have questions, there's an opportunity to create a relationship there that might lead to a great review at the end of it. Whether they were happy at the beginning or not, usually leads to a great review at the end. Now, I include a link for my product review in there. And based on this new tool that we're going to show you, you may want to separate that out and just keep this as an opportunity to open that channel, and then keep your review request, which is one review request, for this other tool that we have, and we're going to show it to you right in just about a minute or two. It's coming up.
Sweet.
Maybe you guys hit in the chat if you're following along, and remember, if you have any questions, put a question in there. We've got Zhaan here. He's going to help us. We're gonna have all the questions. We're going to read them and go over them at the end of this, go over your questions. So hopefully you guys are following, getting some value here, but hit your questions in the chat. We are coming to it in a minute. Great. Okay. And then, all right. So the last one here is reviews. So, Amazon's view on reviews right now is one review request, an honest review request. So, hey, did you like this product or not? No steering. And that review request, they actually have a tool. You guys are definitely aware of this, which is not, or a feature which is available inside of Seller Central, which is if you go under your orders, you can actually manually request a review. So there's a link there. You can actually click on it, and you can, for every single order, you can go through and request a review. And what Amazon does on the back end of that is they send an email to their customers saying, hey, if you're interested in reviewing this product, here's a form, please fill it out. And they're taking the control of that actual review experience and how to leave the reviews with customers. So they're trying to control that piece now. Now, the clumsy thing about this, and they may have done this purposefully, is that literally to send one of those manual review requests, you have to go through 3 or 4 or 5 clicks. So you have to go in, you have to find the order, click on that, it loads another screen. It says, do you want to do this? Load another screen. So it's so clumsy. And if you have, like we're all doing amazingly with our Amazon business, if you have 60 orders a day or whatever that is, you can imagine how long this is going to take to do. So we have a brand new tool we're going to show it to you called Review Automator, and it's going to take care of it for you. And we're seeing some amazing results. So Darren, what's a summary? So those are our 3 kind of main touch points: packaging, email communication, and review. And so Darren, what's the strategy here?
I mean, the strategy is just you use one or some or all, and the obvious answer is you need to use them all. You have various opportunities to connect with your customer and make an impact and request for reviews and provide them with the information that they need. Together, all of these strategies are going to lead to a higher review rate for your products. You just need to implement them the right way, stay within Amazon's terms of service, and you're going to be way ahead of the competition that doesn't understand or know these strategies.
100%. Yeah. So guys, layer them, use every single one strategically to build that audience and build that great customer base and get ahead of issues and solve issues for your customers and just really form that relationship. One a day is great. You're going to have an amazing business very quickly. So, use them all.
All right. Is everybody ready to see the new tool? Let us know in the chat real quick. All right. So I'm gonna mute myself real fast and we're gonna play a video. Just 1 second. We're going to see how it works and jump into the tool right now. Let's check it out. Now, one interesting thing about this tool that you'll notice is that it's actually not inside of your ZonGuru account. What is cool about this is if you have the Chrome extension, you automatically have access to the review request automator. So you're definitely going to want to make sure, if you don't have it yet, that you download the Chrome extension, because once you do so, when you go into your Seller Central account and you go into your Manage Orders page, you're going to see specific buttons built into the page seamlessly that will allow you to bulk review request your customers within certain parameters. So let's go ahead and see how it works on a more minute detail. As you can see here, we're inside of a Manage Orders page for just a dummy seller account that we have set up. We're selling pretty low volume products for this, but it's just a way for us to show the product in action. And what you can see here is up at the top, a few different buttons. The auto request reviews, which if you click on this, it's going to send review requests within Amazon's platform, within their review request platform, on all of the orders that we have selected inside of this time period. So we have the last 30 days selected. If we hit this button, it's going to auto request reviews for all 30 days worth of orders, which it looks like we have 34 here. You also have the ability to request a review on individual orders, and all you would need to do is, of course, click on request a review for that one order. And you're going to see here that we've already sent a review request for this order. What's really cool about this tool is that you try to request a review a second or third time, we're not going to send it. We're only going to send it once, which is within Amazon's terms of service. Really important to note here, there's a couple instances where we're not going to send a review request, and it's in your best interest. And that is for refunded orders. If somebody issued a refund, they weren't happy with the product, you certainly don't want to ask for a review. And then also for orders that maybe haven't been shipped yet, are pending, or were sent from a different fulfillment channel. Where you're probably going to want to start is by doing this at a bulk level, not clicking each individual order's review request button. To do that, it's really simple. You just select the time period that you want, like I've done here, the last 30 days. I'm gonna click auto request reviews, and you're gonna see it's just going down the line, each individual order, clicking the button for us and just saving us a bunch of time. This is really, really important if, say, you do large volumes across multiple SKUs. You don't have time even to pay a VA to click these buttons for you individually. We do it for you. So as you can see, we've already completed all 34 of these review requests. As we scroll down, it looks like many of them were successful, or we've already sent, or perhaps we're skipping because of a refund. You can always see the reasons why we did or did not send the review request email. And this tool right now is available in all marketplaces that we currently support, all North American, all European, and the Australian marketplaces, which is very, very cool. So get in there right now, go ahead and start reaching out to your customers for reviews. It's gonna lead to a higher review rate for your products. All right, guys, how awesome is that? Hopefully you guys are pumped on it. As you can see, the idea here is you basically, even if you're doing 10,000 sales a month, you can hit the bulk review request button, go and grab a cup of coffee, and by the time you're back, you've already hit all of those orders and sent them that tailored message right to your customers. It's amazing. It's going to save you a ton of time. You're not going to have to hire a VA to do this work manually for you. Really, really cool.
Yeah. So we have a few developers who have their own Amazon business. I have my own. Darren has his, and we've been testing this tool, and we are seeing an increase in the reviews that we're getting just by using the tool. I mean, you can hit it, and 400 get sent out in a go, and then you can send it each day, or every few days you can hit that button. So we're seeing an increase there. And if you use this tool plus the opportunity to open the channel with Email Automator, and plus all the other pieces that we talked about, you will absolutely maximize the ability to get reviews. But this is incredibly powerful, guys. So this is now available in your account. So if you literally go to your Chrome extension, you all have the Chrome extension downloaded that you use for product research. When you're on Amazon, if you go to your Seller Central account, log in and go to your orders, you'll see it load on the right-hand side, just like Darren showed you in the video. And you can literally hit that button, and they will just start sending out all those reviews right now. But there's one important thing that you want to note about the new Chrome extension and permissions. Yeah.
Actually, two quick points. The first is, if you're attending this webinar and you don't have a ZonGuru account, I'm just publishing an offer right now. You should be able to see it in the chat. You can click on that. It's going to take you right to the pricing page. This tool is available on all plans. So even at the starter level, so long as you have the Chrome extension downloaded, you're going to be able to use this tool. So it's really cool, really valuable, and you get a 7-day free trial to see how it can improve your review rate as well. But yeah, as John was saying, one quick thing that we want to point out is when we push this update for the Chrome extension, because there's now a connection with your seller account, you do have to accept a permission the next time you go to use the Chrome extension. So if the Chrome extension isn't opening, I'll just share my screen actually real quick. This might be easier. If the Chrome extension isn't opening, what you just need to do is click on this upper right-hand button here, drop it down, and we've already updated the extension, but there would be a little note right here.
Yeah. All right, guys. So, this is, as Darren said, this is free with your subscription, no matter what plan you're on, unlimited uses, because we know you guys are firing in and making thousands of dollars on Amazon with all your orders going through. So it is at no additional cost. You are grandfathered in with your current subscription. And yeah, that is that. I think the other,
we had something else we want to.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know what? This is a good thing to bring up. What does this look like for your actual buyer? When the customer receives one of these review requests, what does it look like? Well, surprisingly, it looks pretty good. Amazon actually includes the image of your product, as well as it looks like they included some HTML where you can actually see a little star picture.
You just click on the stars and you rate it. So this is the actual email. user experience that you get when this is sent out to your customers. So this is what they'll see, and they can just literally click there and leave a review. So it's pretty cool. And obviously, the way it's laid out, it's very easy to leave a review. So you're seeing an uptick in the actual review rate there just by using this tool. And this goes out to all customers, which is great. Who obviously they send it to. So fantastic. All right, and we talked about this free as part of the subscription. And then, do you want to cover this or me?
Well, I think that this is, just a good point to remind you guys, we have been pushing out a ton of new features and new tools, and, our development team is working a mile a minute. We have some incredible things planned just in the next 30 days that we'll share in a second. But, I just want to remind you guys, we have our keyword spotlight tool, which launched within the last month, which allows you to actually peek into your competitors' backend copy.
Including Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon sold products, you can see what they put in their backend terms, which is pretty interesting to check out. So check that out. I love that little feature. Yeah.
We also have the competitor view inside of Keywords on Fire, so you can actually see where the top 25 sellers for the main buyer keyword rank for all the rest of them that appear in your Keywords on Fire list. Really great way to just find little soft spots for your keyword listing optimization. And then finally, if you guys want to always, and I encourage this, if you want to stay up to date on all the features that we release, because seriously, we release one probably every 2 weeks with new tools, new features, optimizations to our existing tools that make things faster and run smoother. You can click on the What's New tab inside of your ZonGuru account, and it's going to just open up a rail on the right you can just scroll through and it'll provide a bunch of information for new tools. What's your favorite tool right now or feature that we've released recently?
I actually like the ZonGuru daily launch number. Yeah. It's in the Keyword on Fire tool. You have to go into your settings and uncheck it because it's more of an expert seller metric. But that'll give you your daily launch number of what you need to hit to actually get to page 1. So if you're targeting a keyword and you're like, I don't know why I'm not getting to page 1 for this keyword, and then you actually look at the daily number and you have to hit 20 sales and you're only hitting 10 with your PPC and your organic, then you need to do some work to get there, and that's why you're falling short. So it's very insightful, not only for your launch, but for when you're targeting specific keywords to get to page 1. So that's all available for you guys. And again, we have trainings every Thursday and Friday. You can literally go into your ZonGuru account and you can join those trainings with Darren, with Josh, and you have the ability to ask these questions and get answers on it and train on the tools. So use that, guys. Get in there and use these, because you don't want to miss out on these features. They're critical for your business. And you need to get access to them. So that is it, I think.
Wait. Do we want to give them a sneak peek?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so? Let's do it. Guys, we do have new tools coming out, and a little sneak peek here, but we have some amazing tools that are going to be game changers in the product research space, as well as in the supplier space. Some seriously heavy hitter collaborations and tools coming out that the guys have been working on, and they're powerful. So watch out, they're coming. And if you get your subscription now, or if you have one, these tools are going to be part of that as well, which is great. So you get grandfathered in. So these things are coming up pretty soon. So make sure that you have your subscription, and the stuff is going to be coming out. So that's it, guys. I think we want to open this up for questions. We ran on 30 minutes here. So let's open it up to questions from you guys that you have around this. And guys, I wish you all the best with using this tool. It is awesome. Review Automator, Email Automator. These are powerful tools that literally have saved my business and kept me ahead of my competition, and just helped that flywheel going so that I can maximize every single effort that I'm putting into my business. This is going to help you a lot. So let's jump into some of these questions. Darren, have you got the first question?
Sorry guys, we're on a new platform here. So as I'll let you answer this first one, and then I'll find the rest of them, because it's not...
Okay. So the first one is, sorry, it's skipping around. Let's say Don. Hey, John, please tell us about how to do the launch target thing again, please. Yes. What is the launch target thing? No, I'm kidding. So the daily launch, is that what you're talking about? Yeah. That's so right. If you go into your Keywords on Fire tool, and then there's a little, I can probably, let me show you real quick.
Sure. Oops.
Yeah.
Hang on just real quick. We got to share
screen.
Yep.
Okay, so if you go into ZonGuru and you go under Keywords on Fire, there'll be a bunch of sessions that are running here, but just click on any one, right? So let's just go on the first one, counter compost bin. Now, this is the important step that you need to take. Now we've got it unchecked, but if you go under the settings button over here and you click on it, what's unchecked is the ZG launch and the competitor positions. These are really experts, views. And so generally, because there's so much on the screen, we uncheck that. So go in and check these. So ZG launch, check that, and check competitors' positions, and then apply. And what this does is it'll give you the ZG launch number right here. So this is a daily number of how many sales you would need to do for that keyword to get to page one, not position one, but page one. So for example, if I was targeting, if I was just looking across here real quick, and I was targeting, I'd probably, out of these two, I'd probably go more for compass bin for kitchen counter, just because it's, it's still got good dollars from keywords, but it's not as competitive. And I can see here, I would have to do 20 sales a day just to get to page one. So have I got the ability to use PPC and organic to get all 20, or do I need to go off of Amazon, and use Google ads or Facebook ads to actually get those sales? So that's a really powerful number. And then that view on the right-hand side, which is the competitors and how they rank for all of those, that's a detailed training which we have available, and you can really understand that piece. But pretty powerful for your optimization and for your launch and ranking strategies.
Awesome. Great question. So Georgia asks us, what if you hit the request twice, kind of overlapping? Is the extension smart enough to know that it's already been done and skip? Yeah, I think I covered that in the video. If not, it's in our longer tutorial video. It's absolutely smart enough to know if you've already requested a review, it will not send a second time. Also, it should have been covered in the video that will skip in certain instances, like refunded orders, or if
it's pending and the customer hasn't got it yet. So there's a lot of smart logic in the background that the guys have really worked through to make sure that, again, we're following those terms of service, like simple, less is more, one honest review. And if there's a potential the customer, has refunded the order or is not going to leave you a great review, we skip that, and then you can go in and manually do it if you really want to. But we don't send it out to every single customer. Those rules are in place, and you can check that out. Yeah.
Sweet. So this is a good one from Russell. When do you send an email? After delivery of package has arrived, or a few days after?
Yeah, good question. So I actually send it a couple of days after, usually 1 to 2 days of when the delivery arrives, just to say, hey, you should have got your package by now. Want to just check in, make sure that it's what you need, it's what you like, meets your expectations. If you have any issues, respond. So you can play with that a little bit. Sometimes actually receiving it on the day or the day after helps you to get a little bit more ahead of it. So I wouldn't worry about them getting it on the same day that the package arrives. That's okay too.
Awesome. So a couple very similar questions that look like came through all at once. Just again, kind of asking the question about being allowed to include a URL in the packaging.
Yeah, that's from Edgar. Edgar, what's up, man? Good to see you on this. Yeah, so terms of service, they say, hey, don't include URLs on the packaging, or any way for customers to start to have that relationship outside of Amazon. But as we just showed you with this packaging, it's clear that the guy has the URL on there. So they have these things in their terms of service, but it is slightly gray. And the most important thing, especially with new products, is to have the way for them to contact, which is a physical email address. I just actually submitted a product yesterday with that same thing, and I took the URL off and I just left the contact details just to make sure that it was accepted by Amazon. But again, that's gray, and then your packaging inside, that's up to you.
Yeah. I mean, you just have to determine like the risk that you're comfortable taking.
Yeah. I mean, look, I think that Amazon is there again to have happy customers and to make money off of you, right? If your product is doing well, they're gonna be good with it.
Yeah. One thing that I actually found interesting about this product is rather than actually, it looks like they laser etch or maybe use ink to get a lot of the information across on some of the packaging. They use a sticker here, so maybe that was purposeful. Like if they did get into trouble, they could just reorder that stock and then just pull the sticker off and switch it out. So, okay, cool. So Don asks, is the template email John mentioned already available to copy? Yes. If you go into Email Automator and you go into ZonGuru templates, there's just one single recommended email that you can select, and it's there waiting for you.
And we've kept that simple. Again, guys, if there's an opportunity to add a little bit of your brand tone without writing a novel, go for it. Because if there's a chance, if I receive this water bottle and I got if I got a no email, whatever, if I got one that was saying, hey, if you I care about you, so respond if you like it or not. I probably like this product more. And if I got one that was like, hey, this is sustainable and this is the reason why I created this product and everything else, that makes the experience of the product that much better. So if there is an opportunity to add that without steering or adding links and all that kind of stuff, add some of your brand tone of voice there for sure. That's helpful. It just makes the chance of getting a better review even better.
Yeah, it's a soft skill, but understanding your brand on a really kind of nuanced level and how you can get across your tone of voice that nobody else can copy, is super important towards this type of messaging.
Any of the red ones, I think.
Sorry guys, there's so many questions. Georgia just has a comment. Thank you guys.
What's up, Georgia?
Saving her hours of boring admin. Yeah, I agree. Yoshi asks, can we customize the review request message? If so, where? No, you can't. That is the actual template that Amazon provides for you. So unfortunately, no. Maybe we'll do one or two more questions. Maybe one more.
Yeah.
Okay. And guys, if we didn't answer, we're using a little bit of a new platform. It's kind of hard to differentiate the questions from the comments. If we did not answer any of your questions, support@ZonGuru.com. Email us. I'll respond to you directly, or in-app. Just send us a message. I'm happy to answer any questions if we did miss them. That's a good one on day party.
Yeah. Georgia, again, do you guys have some analysis on what time of day, week is best to request reviews? Yes, that's a really good question. And I actually didn't even think about that. We thought about that in email Automator in terms of when we give you day parting and when you can send it. And when I've been requesting reviews, I just pick a day and send it. But I think to your point, we should be sending it when our customers are more likely to see that email. Now, typically Tuesday mornings is the best time to receive an email. Mondays, your inbox is jammed from the weekend, etc. It gets cleaned out. Tuesday mornings is the best, or Wednesday mornings is the best for a customer to receive an email. Now, the trick is we're not exactly sure from requesting that review how soon Amazon is sending out that email, whether that's immediately, instantly, or whether that's a couple of hours later. I would probably assume they run it on batches, like probably once an hour or maybe a few hours. So I would probably hit that review request button early on a Tuesday. Or if you're in Australia, you could do that on your Tuesday evening, which would be even earlier for us here, which could be good. And then they'd have that email right there on Tuesday morning, ready for people to open and review. So that's a really good insight, Georgia. I would aim for Tuesdays.
Sweet. So let's go with one more question. And while you answer this question, I'm going to pull up one more poll about kind of what you want us to focus on next. From a value perspective. So Richard asks, what's kind of the review rate that you're looking for your products? I know it's variable depending on the product,
honestly it's variable based on your category and your competitors. So it's good to work out your review rate, and there is a way, I've just got to remember at this moment, but there is a way you can work out your competitors' review rates, and as long as you're beating that, you should be working for the algorithm. So I can come back to you on exactly how to find that out, but understanding review rates for your specific competitors and your category is more important than just an industry standard. And I can come back to you on an answer on that. Yeah.
Sweet. So while this poll maybe goes for another 60 seconds or so, we just want to thank you guys for attending this webinar. As always, just reach out to us if you need help with anything. Our support team is there to ensure that you understand our tools really well and that you're as effective as a seller as possible, staying within Amazon's terms of service. So we're here to help you, and don't hesitate to reach out because our support team is very, very friendly and very knowledgeable. So
yes, guys, the support team is hungry for questions from you guys, and we've been doing a lot of work, especially Darren, on just helping to train up all of our support people, and we literally are getting the best scores in the industry for our customer service. So make sure you guys use that. Jump in there, ask questions. You're going to be extremely pleasantly surprised by how taken care how taken care of you will be, and the responses you get. So make sure you use that, and obviously any feedback you guys can give it to us, because we have a bunch of training in there. Use the training, use the live training, and get in there and use the tools, because this is very high level stuff, and there's new stuff coming out all the time ready for you guys to use. And we're getting some amazing feedback from really top sellers going, this is beyond anything in the industry right now. So just make sure, I want to make sure you guys are educated enough to know how to use it. So reach out as much as you want to. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, it looks like we have some work to do. We got to get to work on creating a PPC tool.
Funny. Yeah. So what do you call it? Foreshadowing?
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, awesome. Have an amazing day wherever you are in the world, and we'll have another one of these soon. And if you are going to the summits, the Reliable Summit in Australia on the Gold Coast, we are going to be there. A bunch of us, we're going to be making time for you. We'll be there for questions. We have some awesome stuff that is getting unleashed at that conference that you need to, that will be part of your subscription. So get in there, get your subscriptions, and yeah, we're going to have a booth with a bunch of fun stuff and some prizes and stuff like that. So we are aiming to be the best guys at the conference outside of obviously Reliable Education. So, jump in there, and we look forward to seeing you guys there.
All right, bye guys.
Cheers.